Hi, in this video we're going to talk about how to reuse your origin agent setup and the action nodes between two different but similar agent type. And first, let's open any one of the sample file, like the 63 noise logic, for example, like this. We usually use that. Anyone should be okay. Please just recall that in the previous video we always talking about the examples based on this agent type. This is kind of the main agent type. And the casual, in some case you just need to create a new agent type based on the basic agent. For example, you want to create a sword and a shield onto the agent, or add some of the prompts. So the bone structure is totally same, except that only extra the bones. For example, the sword and the shield. Let's open another Maya and see an example. Let's open and sing in the rigs, the fighter rigs. And you can see that in this case, the agent bones for the body, for the legs and the arms, the hands, everything is the same. The only difference is between this one and the origin agent we previously used is there are two extra bones, the sword and the shield. So in this case, if you create a new agent type from this swordman, so you can reuse some of the information from the origin agent of the man, and also you can reuse the actions from this one, and the vice versa. So if you create some of the actions or the origin agent onto this swordman, you can share that to this man, because the rest of the joint, the structure and the names are the same. So let's do that. For example, in this case, we want to export some of the information of this the origin agent to the swordman. Let's first try to reuse the origin agent setup. You can see that we have the origin agent menu, and we just need to save origin agent setup and to the OA, the man, or the casual OA setup, whatever the names. You just save this out. And in this one, let's create the origin agent from this type of agent. So let's do that. Click the MyArmy Ready and put the bone structure. Please make sure the first appearance the bone is the deformation bone. And let's just click this and control click the setup and hit P. And parent that to the setup local. And then let's just rename this from the local, from the default one to the swordman. Okay, and let's create the origin agent from that. Origin agent, and create the origin agent. So at this time, let's hide the setup rig. Control H. You can see that the origin agent has been created, but each one of the bone is in the initial status. So regularly we needed to adjust each one of the bone shape and refine them one by one. But we can reuse this from the agent man. So let's just import that origin agent. We just export that to the hard disk. Let's load them. And OA and the casual, so casual OA test, we just previously saved it, and double click. You can see that the setup has been imported. Everything is perfect, but the sword we needed to fine-tune it. So let's just fine-tune the sword and track the shape of the bone like this, and the shield. This is the shield. Okay, and let's scale this up. Just to round the shape of the sword. Rotate that a little bit. So that is cool. At this time, we already set up and finished the setup of the origin agent for the sortman. So you don't need to refine the bone shape one by one. So that is very tedious and time consuming. So you can just share the original agent from the previous that you created to the new one. So that is cool. And then we can also share some of the animations to this one. Okay. Let's first select these two, this four, and Shift P for unparalleled to the world transformation. And let's export that, export selection to for example, any name of that, the actions pack casual, to indicate the agent type name, and export. And then let's just import these animations, these action nodes to this file. And here we just directly use the shortcut import result namespace and prefix, the MA file. And you can see that the action pack casual open. And you can see that these actions has been imported. And let's select all of them and middle click and drag to the action folder and rename this. Let's Control C. The naming convention is very good for the production. So that is cool. Let's just run the simulations and create the logic node default. The default action is in to make that stand. Okay, and after the playback of the stand, let's make it our agent walk. The action logic. The playback action walk. Okay, and let's create a place node. Create place node. And scale this up a little bit, and change the time frame range to 200. Let's place our agents and run the simulation. You can see that this is broken because the two different structure between the agent type and this one. So there's one method we can fix that, is that we can select the stand and open the action editor, this, and enable the match name, so that when the agent is using the action nodes, it will match the name. So it will just skip this the sword and the shield and directly find the match name and match the simulation. And let's play back again. You can see that the stand is correct, and now the walk is still needed to fix to enable the match name. So that is cool. You can see that we already share the actions from this agent to the sortman. So that is cool. And everything is correct now. And of course, if you have the actions inside of the sortman, you can share that with the same method to the casual. So between them, this is the mutual. Okay, this is our introduction of how to reuse the original agent setup and the action nodes. Thank you for watching. See you next time.